What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. So we're kinda doing an update video. It's been a while since I've spoken to you guys face to face, ever since summer. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. So this is gonna be an update video. So if you're not interested, click away. As always, subscribe and like as per usual. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about what's gonna happen over the course of this year and next year. So, number one, just saying I don't really have anything to post. So, this is what you guys are going to be getting. So, yeah. So, what we're really doing this year so far is first, we're going to be talking about Dacha, aka our summer house. So, we're going to, last time I told you guys was that we were going to sell it. And I got actually a few people suspicious. So, there's a reason why that we're selling it, and I'll tell you that later. But we're gonna be selling this, but you have to understand this is not guaranteed that we're gonna be selling it. This is most likely gonna be over the course of next year or 2 years, 3 years. Maybe we won't even be able to sell it. Maybe we will still want to keep it. We never know. So for number two, what we're gonna be doing for why are we moving on to number two? We have to explain the reason why. So my father, aka my pops, says that we really go to Dacha because of how we like fix stuff and do stuff that really working on our hands basically. And yeah, that really gets you guys interested sometimes. And yeah, but now we're kind of running low on projects, and that trailer is getting old, and me and not necessarily the whole family, but me and my dad are getting more interested into camping, glamping, whatever. It's just now the summer house really isn't cutting it for us anymore. It's getting old. And yeah, you really can't put a finger into it. So yeah, I want to make more better content and stuff like that. So like the Yogi Bear really isn't cutting it. It's more of just what I do there instead of actually topic of the video. And so yeah, I really do apologize for the Yogi Bear, but it's still good. That's pretty good. And yeah. So number two, what we're gonna be doing over there over the course of next year. So we finished actually a lot so far last year. We did the shed doors. First of all, we completed the shed doors, but we just got to do the white accents. I'm still debating if we should do that on camera or not. So yeah, we might do like a little restoration on the sides and stuff like that. Maybe fix up that back porch where the wood is, kill off some bees that are living in there. And yeah, that's definitely an option. But I'm debating if I should do that or not, because it might be over a course of maybe weeks or days, and I just don't feel like I have the willpower to do that because it gets complicated sometimes. We're also for the screen room. I'm kind of trying to think if we could do like a little rug area, make it nice. I'm thinking that might be part two. We might be even adding like a little screen area on the side, because for the tarp that covers it is way larger than the actual screen room itself. We were intending it to be bigger, but we didn't have the parts, and the railings on the top, those railings, they're not as good. They're kind of weak, and we don't have the long ones. So those are our longest ones. So we kind of had to change up some stuff. We intended it for being longer and wider, but the door was in the way. The deck was just not cutting it, honestly. So yeah, so that would be one. So basically all we have left is restoration, but I'm not sure if we're gonna do that, and the the screen room for parts. So yeah, and that's it really. We won't have anything else to do. Yeah, the rest of it will probably just be fishing, whatever else is gonna come. So number three, speaking of Yogi Bear, previously, Yogi Bear, really, the content, in my opinion, I would not watch. It's just not very interesting for me. I prefer more of the survival type, or really focused on the actual camping side. Yogi Bear really doesn't do that. It really has the fun part, which is nice for everybody else except for me. I don't really like it, honestly. I might be having a blast and stuff like that, but just in general, it's not really for me. I prefer more of the outdoors, really enjoying the outside. I'm not like no other teenager, honestly. Really, I get that a lot. So, yeah, I really want to enjoy the outside scenery, have a campfire, which really isn't allowed at Yogi Bear, and it sucks. I want to actually have my own equipment, my own tent, um, everything like that, own food, like MREs, whatever, mountain house, whatever. So yeah, Yogi Bear really isn't cutting for me, and that's also one of the major reasons why we're gonna sell Dacha. So we got 1, 2, 3 done. Ah, yes. So as you can see that I'm getting into the RC. Technically, I actually was already in the RC hobby. I have a lot of RCs on the side, and I want to do videos about them and have some fun, break them. I don't care. And yeah, I really want to do that. Do some like working on stuff, changing, whatever, upgrading, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I could see that the content, just trying to make it, is really hard. So like, for example, the drone videos, I actually had another drone video coming up, which I was supposed to post instead of this video, but really didn't go well because, well, the day after the drone video was like, after I made the video, it broke. And the video that was made for in the drone part was not good because my brother was not butt naked, but he was in his underwear walking around while the drone was flying, and I did not see that, did not catch that. So yeah, and I crashed the drone a lot. So yeah, because it just did not feel right. The drone was just ugh. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of covered. That's dead. RC and stuff like that. So I might be doing like them cool, fun drift montages, stuff like that. Maybe shorts. Maybe I might even post something. And yeah, I'll do more of like kits and like butchering, stuff like that. That's really for me. Bring on to butchering and kits. Let's talk about that building series. So yeah, these building series that I've been producing over the past, I don't know, maybe not week or so. In the past, we've gotten up to that Lego Technic, which I still have up there. What else? What else? What else? Oh, the Sterling engine, which teaches you more about the motors and the engine side aspect. Speaking of which, this thing is broken. It does not work anymore, and I don't even know why. After the video was produced, after two more times of me trying and making and just showing off, does not want to work. It's not seized, but it was seized. I added oil, cleaned it out, everything just does not work. So I emailed the company trying to see what we can do later on. And yeah. So anyways, about the building series, we did that and the Lego, we did the Lego first. Honestly, when I was producing that Lego video, I did not expect that to become a building series because it didn't really come up to my mind. So yeah, so Lego, we did the Sterling engine. Please do your research, because if you're gonna learn how to build and you wanna understand the aspects, you need to know. You need to know about motors and stuff like that, because you do not wanna mess up by accident. So this was the Sterling engine was a good segue into understanding the concept about gasoline. It doesn't matter. You don't have to buy it. It's just there to make you understand the concept of how it works. And this doesn't only teach you about the concept of how Sterling engines work, it also teaches you how motors work. If you put any pressure, it slows it down, anything like that. And yeah, how regenerative energy works. And yeah, so it really is important to know. So that Lego Technic part really was there to teach you about if you really want to do building. So Lego Technic, no tools, no screws, nothing. So it was very easy to build. But yet again, it was still RC. So it made it kind of fun. During that point, that's when you want to turn back or stay the same. So if you got up to that point and you're just like, yeah, building is not for me. Or if you just say Lego's not for me, honestly, I would back off. If Legos are too difficult or you just don't understand, do not. Building might not be for everybody, honestly. Once you get up to the Sterling engine, do your research. You don't have to buy this exact kit, but just do your research. Next, I actually have the two things that well, the other one's right there, but I'm not gonna do that. But I have two kits here that are gonna teach you about, obviously, like I said, regenerative energy and 4-wheel drive versus 2-wheel drive. And this is more for the RC and the car guys. And this is just to teach you about future when you're working on motors, how not to mess up. So yeah, you do not want to mess up with regenerative energy because everything can go wrong. And yeah, so that's what these two things are for. These are kind of nice, honestly. So yeah, this is a little car that's radio controlled, but it only goes from forward and back, and that's it. But it's a remote. This is like kind of a hand wheel design. It's like you move it and the light comes on. It uses like regenerative energy, your own physical movements. And then the next one, which is gonna be another RC car kit. But the thing is with this kit is that it's similar to the Lego Technic, but this is difficult to make. It has more parts and pieces, and it's actually functional. It's much better than the Lego Technic. It is classified as toy grade, not proportional, but who cares? Just who cares? And yeah, it seems fun to fix and build up. So I'm gonna be doing that probably March, February, much later on. And then these I'm gonna do over Christmas break. So the next video, that's what's coming ahead. And that's done. We got that done. Then we're gonna do a disassembling, learning how to take out things and then put it back together. So what we're gonna be doing is, I have this old little hoverboard, and also it teaches you about how to how not to mess up with electricity, because electricity is no bueno. So I have this hoverboard which does not work. It technically still works, but the battery's just, ooh. I do not trust myself replacing a battery. So that's why it's here to teach you how to disassemble things. And at that point too, you're gonna be learning how to use power tools properly. And yeah, that's done. Then we're gonna be moving on to the last and final part. And then from there on, oh, actually, no, not the final part. That's a lie. So then after the hoverboard, you're going to be doing butchering. So what butchering necessarily really is basically when you take something and you basically take it, put it to your idea and your concept. So what I have is this RC grave digger that I actually have. It works, but not anymore. So the ESC burnt up. Motor and steering servo all works fine, and not really necessarily steering servo, but we're gonna make it better. Oh yeah, baby, we're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it run again. I want to add lights to this, and yeah, you're gonna be again using power tools, maybe more power tools and stuff like that, using it properly and safely. And that is where, listen, you cannot get just mine. This is where your idea and creativity goes out. This is where you learn yourself. So you don't have to necessarily follow mine. Actually, don't. Find your own miniature car. It could be this. Who cares? It could be completely broken and destroyed. Take it apart. Learn what's wrong with it. So like, for example, it has a problem with the gears in the inside. You see how it just seized up right here? It's broken on one of the gears. And yeah, buy the parts for it, replace it, fix it. Then you have basically a brand new one, and it'll work just fine. For this one, I'm gonna do a video of that later. But yeah, then after butchering, you're gonna have an actual official RC kit where you're gonna have to learn, put all your skills back together, where you're gonna be building a Traxxas / 2-wheel drive kit. So it's a professional grade. It's pretty pricey. It's $200. And yeah, you're gonna put your mind and you're gonna build it all together. That car will last you infinite. You break it, parts. You can destroy the chassis and you will still have parts for it. So that car is amazing. So we're gonna be building that on the last part. So that's probably gonna be next year summer, most likely. So yeah, I really am excited. And yeah, that would be the last part of the building. Then, what I'm hoping after the building series, I'm probably going to do more butchering. So now we're going to bring it on to this little baby. So this is a Shift 24 remote control car. It works perfectly fine. If I can show. Oh yeah, the steering servo's out of alignment, but I have another remote that fixed it up. So I actually have two of these cars. There's a blue one, which is perfect, no issues, and the red one, which has the issues. So yeah, thanks for my cousins for those cars. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is, so this car is 2-wheel drive and it's ridiculously fast. So this one is missing a gear, so I had to kind of fix up the gear ratios, which made it ridiculously fast. It's too out of control. That's actually kind of what causes the gears to break. So I'm gonna see if I can put in a new gear, and then from there we could start. So what I'm planning to do with this car is, oh, suspension. Anyways, what I'm planning to do with this car is, since it's so hard to control, I'm planning to make this kind of a drift car, kind of like Armor Infraction. So I want to take this car and extend this all the way. I can make it this big if I wanted to, but yeah, I'm not gonna make it that big. Probably like back to 10th scale, 8th scale, doesn't matter. Make it big, put the motor all the way back here with the gearbox and everything, all the way back there, and then just play with it, because it will be so much easier to control, and it'll be so fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the body. I'll probably just have the body off, honestly, if I wanted to, but yeah, we'll see there. Anyways, so yeah, we'll extend this thing, make it run better, maybe not drift, but I could actually use this outside without this flipping over and destroying itself. So yeah, once that's done, then I have this radio controlled boat. So it's all the way. Actually, I'm not gonna take it out because it's too difficult. So it's a brushed radio controlled boat, and it works. That's all I gotta say. It works, but it's too boring. It's brushed, slow. I think it goes only like 15 miles an hour. For beginners, pretty fast, but for me, too slow. So I'm gonna put brushless conversion to it, and since this is not necessarily a real radio controlled boat, we'll see how it happens. It could completely flip over and I'll lose the boat with my batteries and everything inside. So yeah, that will happen. Then, we're moving on to these kits. I might buy a radio controlled plane by Flight Test. So yeah, during that time, it'll come in between with different videos about Dacha, Yogi Bear sometimes, maybe even camping, waterfalls, fishing place, and yeah, it will just come all in order. It won't come in exact order, but just to expect this is what's gonna happen. And yeah, so the next video that lights. I made this myself, actually. So what it is before it stops blinking. Can't stop. Okay. So what it is it has these 3 AG3 batteries and this light from a old car that was like a police car. And I soldered, so this is where I found out this is where the positive terminal was. And obviously this is where the negative terminal was. So I connected the negative to the positive, and I put this right here, which connects to the lights, and then this obviously leads the positive term. So when I just press it, lights up the lights. Oh, I'm getting out of control right here. But yeah, so the next video that you're gonna be seeing is me building this, and I'll probably post during Christmas break. And yeah, so Christmas break is the last week of December, and I'll probably be posting this. And yeah, this is looking kind of cool, honestly. Ooh, jeez. Okay, anyways. So yeah. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So I want to cram in this video whenever I can. I haven't even started, honestly. But what it is it's a tin can, but it has all these lights and electronics in it. And I want to make 3 light. So this is a tin can. I want to take this camping because I had an issue when in Yogi Bear. So I had to use this flashlight, and it was when I was making these videos. It was directly in my eyes, and it sucked. So that was one of my issues. So I want to design something that isn't as harmful to my light, to my eyes, and I could just set this anywhere, and it will light up the tent. So this is what this is for. So I'll have this easily ready available for in my tent, and I could just take this out, open this up, take out the light bulbs, close this, connect the battery, screw it in the light bulbs, and then have an on and off switch here, and then turn it on, put this on the floor, talk to you guys, maybe go on my phone. Then when I feel ready to sleep, off. Or whenever it's getting nighttime, it's raining outside and I can't see anything, lights on, there you go. So I have these light things, these light connectors, 8, 10 I think they're called, or whatever. And I have either a 9 volt, a 7.4 volt hump pack for an RC truck, or this battery. This battery, which is still good. It's actually pretty new. Haven't used this maybe once or twice, and yeah, maybe it's used. I want to use this because it's waterproof, which would make it nice, but not necessarily waterproof. But yeah, you get the point. So yeah, that's what you're gonna expect over Christmas and from now on. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe and like, and see ya.